There are 31 rings to collect in Palworld, and most of these can only be obtained from Alpha Pals. Alpha Pals can be found as field bosses around the map, and some can be found in dungeons. There is also a chance of getting Alpha Pals from breeding, but I'm not going to go for that. Except for one ring. The Ring of Fire Resistant, level 3. This one you can only get from Jormuntide Ignis and Valaris, but those pals do not spawn as alphas. So this one we have to breed for. There are 9 elemental rings, and all of these have 3 rarities to them. We have the level 1 rings, which have a drop rate of 5%, the level 2 rings, which has a drop rate of 3%, and the level 3 rings, which mostly has a 1% drop rate. I am going to be butchering these pals, so the drop rate is going to be cut in half. Still, some of these are going to be hard to get, especially the level 3 rings. Like the level 3 Ring of Neutral Resistance, which you can only get from the Beast of Salvation, Celestir, and the level 3 Dragon Resistant Ring, which can be obtained from the Guardian Dragon of Ironclad, Selvaegis. There is also the 3 Ring of Frights that can be obtained in different ways, and finally the Ring of Mercy, which can be crafted or bought from the shops. Unfortunately, there is one ring that you can't get, and that is the Ring of Dragon Resistant level 1. This one is just not obtainable for some reason, so that makes it a total of 30 rings. Let's try and get all 30. This is Palworld's Lord of the Rings challenge. I am going to turn the XP rate to max because I want to take the level grind out of this challenge. I am also going to turn the incubation time to 0 and the number of bases and work pals to max. I considered using the global pal box, but decided in the end to turn that off. Even with all these settings, this challenge took a long time, and I decided to split this challenge into 2 videos. There was just too much footage that I wanted to show. The first thing we are going to do is to get the Direhowl saddle. This will make the dungeon grind much faster. We get a lot of the level 1 rings from the dungeon bosses, and it's a good source of money for now. We also have some easy field bosses we can start grinding, like Sweepa and Gumos. Gumos we can also find in the dungeons, so that's one of the easier rings to farm. Some of the rings are worse, like the level 1 ring of lightning resistance we can only get from Jolthogs, which seem to be one of the rarer bosses to find in the dungeons, and you are going to see me struggle with this one later, even though it's a 5%er. I make the meat cleaver and start butchering all the alphas we have so far. Unfortunately, no rings. I make my way to the volcanic shop, and here I can actually buy the first elemental ring, the level 1 fire resistance ring. This is the only elemental ring you can buy from the shops, so the other ones we have to grind for. I make a second base to get some coal, and then start breeding for Anubises and Lylines. The Ring of Mercy has been crafted, and this will help a lot with catching alphas. Now let's build a temporary third base for some ore until we get the ore mining site. I'm gonna make my way to Sakurajima to farm some easy legendary spheres, and then use those to get some Jormuntide Ignises. Jormuntide Ignis is important for this challenge, because we need to make a lot of ingots for money and pal metal ingots for legendary spheres. Let's defeat Lily and Lylene, and now we can finally build the ore mining site. I am going to need a lot of ore. I start butchering alphas again, and this time we get lucky. The level 2 Earth Ring. That is the second ring we've gotten. I am not going to count the Ring of Mercy for now, and I will probably just add it to the collection at the end. Let's build the 4th base for some quartz and then get some armor upgrades to protect from the weather. I can buy the Ring of Fright here, but the multi-climate shirt is more important right now. Let's butcher the 3rd batch of alphas and see if we can get lucky. This is the last batch of alphas that I am collecting. After this, I am just gonna butcher everything after I've caught it. Two of the 3 earth rings have been collected, and the last one we can get from 3 different pals. It's best to go for Varsec Terra here, as this one will have a 3% drop rate. But we'll have to wait for that one. Let's build a 5th base to farm high quality pal oil and pal fluids. And then get some upgrades, including the assault rifle.
Stay out of my territory.
The 6th ring has been collected, and it's almost time to make legendary spheres. But first I am going to make some hyperspheres. With these hyperspheres I can start catching some mid-level bosses. That includes Alpha Dren for the level 2 Dragon Ring, Memrist for the level 3 Grass Ring, which is the only way to get the Grass Ring, Musanda Lux for the level 2 Lightning Ring, and Petalia for the level 2 Grass Ring. The gold coin assembly line has been built, and this is going to give us infinite money. But it's also going to destroy the sanity of our pals. So let's catch some shroomers and then get the saddle. Having shroomers in your base will lower the rate of how fast the pal's sanity goes down. I changed the layout of the base a little bit just to make space for some more ore mining sites. Ring number 7. Time to put new alphas in the rotation. Let's add Broncherry for the level 2 Grass Ring, Broncherry Aqua for the level 2 Water Ring, and Univolt for another chance at the level 2 Lightning Ring. The second neutral resistance ring. You're only missing one now, and that is the one you get from Celestia. Time to get some legendary spheres, and the first thing I want to do with these is to catch Frostallion and Jet Dragon. Frostallion is going to help a lot with fighting endgame pals, and Jet Dragon I want for the traveling around the map. I am traveling from boss to boss and I am doing a lot of dungeons, so the Jet Dragon speed is going to help a lot. Let's take 3 Yormetide Ignises with us and let's take on Frostallion. And they're all dead. I guess I have to do this myself. After losing my Dire Howl and running out of poison arrows, I decided just to throw all the legendary spheres until I get it. And that's when I noticed. I forgot the spheres. At this point I'm pissed, so I decided just to throw the 2 spheres I have. And guess what happens? I get it first try. Okay, I remembered to get the spheres this time, and it's time to fight Jet Dragon. Nothing can go wrong this time, right? Let's get the Frostallion saddle so that doesn't happen again. And let's test it out on Memorist. Frostallion is OP. Let's get the Jet Dragon saddle and add more alphas to the rotation. Let's add Yormentide for the level 3 water ring. Polaris Aqua is the best option here because the ring is at a 3% drop rate, but I haven't unlocked Fabric yet, so I'll stick to the Yormentide for now. I am also gonna start catching King Paka Crest for the level 3 ice ring. You can also get this from Mammoth's Crest, which can be found in the Astral Mountain Caverns, but King Paka is the better option. The level 2 ice ring has been obtained, and this one we had to catch 20 squeeze to get. After catching some Serpents and Broncherry Aquas, we finally get the level 2 water ring from Celeray. The level 1 water ring we are way above the drop rate for, so let's try and grind for it real quick. Let's make a ton of legendary spheres, and while we wait for these to be crafted, we can do some dungeons in the desert. The Cavern of the Dunes have a lot of bosses that drop the level 2 fire ring. It also has a few pals that can drop the level 2 dark ring. After having caught 7 Tombats, we get the ring from the first Pyrenacht. Now we're missing the last dark ring, and this one can only be obtained from Alpha Splatterina. There's a lot of alphas on Fabric that I need to catch. So let's get some legendary spheres, and I think we are ready to go to Fabric Island.